How's it going, everyone? I gotta talk about a pretty huge rumor here, and honestly, I don't know how much to get excited about this because I want to think about it from an objective standpoint and not just get emotionally excited and have a crazy amount of nostalgia. And that is the fact that PlayStation is reportedly working on a new handheld device, not like the PlayStation Portal. That device is trash. I'm talking about a real PlayStation Portable akin to the PlayStation Portable. That's a redundant statement, but you get what I'm saying. The PSP and the PS Vita, a platform that can natively play games, and it does make sense given the ever-evolving landscape of portable gaming devices and how they can compete, but at the same time, even though I personally would be really excited for it, I don't know how much the market would be excited for it. So, another leaker has claimed that a PSP or PS Vita style PlayStation handheld is in the works, as noted on PlayStation Lifestyle. It'll supposedly support PlayStation 4 games at launch. The handheld was first rumored back in February, and reports surfaced that Microsoft is working on a gaming handheld as well. Given the current landscape of gaming, and PC gaming in particular, there have been a lot of portable PC gaming manufacturers that have come onto the scene. Really, it exploded with the Steam Deck, but it happened even before that, but the Steam Deck popularized it. You had the Asus ROG Ally in there as well. So the idea of getting a platform that can play PlayStation 4 games natively on it, not that crazy. The Steam Deck is essentially doing that. Guess what? The Steam Deck can play Ghost of Tsushima. Guess what? The Steam Deck can play Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Yes, a PlayStation 5 title. It can play Last of Us Part 1. There are a lot of high-caliber games the Steam Deck can run. I personally have an ROG Ally, and I've played Horizon Forbidden West on it. Does it run amazingly? No, but you can play it at medium settings and get 30 frames per second, and given a portable screen, you can play those games at 720p or 1080p, and they still look very good. 720p or 800p is really the ideal. The Steam Deck has an 800p screen, and it just makes the games a lot easier to run because it's a lower resolution, but a lower resolution on a smaller screen still looks fairly solid. So the idea of a PlayStation Portable with that in mind makes a lot of sense. However, I just question whether or not the market is gonna go crazy for it. I do like the idea, much like the Steam Deck, unlike, say, buying a Nintendo Switch. When you already have a PlayStation 4 or you have a gaming PC, you want a portable device. Buying a Nintendo Switch, you can't migrate your library over, but if you have a gaming PC and you buy a Steam Deck, you migrate your entire Steam library over. Theoretically, if you have a PlayStation 4 or 5 digital game library and this portable PlayStation platform comes out, hopefully we could get to a point where you could migrate that PlayStation library over. Fingers crossed that that would be the case, and you wouldn't have to rebuy a bunch of games. That, for me, is the issue with me playing my Nintendo Switch more, is I don't want to double dip on games that I already own. For me, the Nintendo Switch is a great platform to play those exclusives, but I'm not trying to buy a game like Hades again, even though I did buy Hades again on the Switch. I'm not trying to buy a game like Dead Cells again, but you get the idea of being able to migrate your platform. And obviously, just at a surface level, the idea of a PlayStation handheld, incredibly exciting to me from a nostalgia standpoint. And I do want to be honest, I feel like a lot of the excitement around the idea of a PlayStation Portable, a new platform, is rooted in a lot of nostalgia, is rooted in a lot of fond remembrance. And when you look at the past, you tend to think of it for all the good and less of the bad. And the PSP was a great platform, but it was a great platform in its era. I don't know if you just take the PSP and you put it into current day, is it gonna pop off as much? Do you want to make a platform that's going to have games dedicated to be built on it like you did with the PSP or the PS Vita? Nintendo has even moved on from that. Nintendo has just baked their handheld device and their console into one platform in the Nintendo Switch. I don't think we can go back into a world where you have something like a PSP and you have games like Crisis Core designed for the PSP, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker designed for the PSP. You have all of these games, a lot of those GTA titles Chinatown Wars being designed for portable platforms, initially a DS release. I think to me, like just from a selfish standpoint, I would love that. That takes me back to the heyday of the PSP, PS Vita, and the Nintendo DS and all that. Those are some of my favorite platforms growing up, but in today's gaming economy, would that be successful? I don't know. I just don't think it would be. I think your best case bet is to do something like the Steam Deck, like the ROG Ally, where you're migrating the games that currently already exist and you're releasing the same games on both platforms. That's what I feel like is the most effective thing to do, because I don't think we can get to a point where you're handling a dedicated budget and you're trying to get games like Uncharted Golden Abyss for this theoretical PlayStation portable platform, and it's exclusive to that platform. I think the people that want a portable, it is good as like an accessory device, as a part of the family of PlayStation consoles, and I think that is ultimately what it's gonna be. I just think long gone are the days of a PSP or a PS Vita getting Little Big Planet PSP developed directly for it, getting Uncharted Golden Abyss, Freedom Wars, Killzone Mercenary, Killzone Liberation, so on and so forth. I think what they would rather do is have games that are released for both platforms, and that could be very effective because you don't have to release, like let's say the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 6 is out at this point, and you don't have to make every game maximize the power capabilities of the PlayStation 6. You could develop it with two platforms in mind, a game with two platforms in mind. And I'm not saying that this theoretical PlayStation portable platform is going to be able to run every PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 6 game across the board, but you can tailor make games that are going to be suitable to both platforms, and then older games you can work on porting those over and make sure those run well on this portable device. I feel like for the current gaming landscape, that is the best way to handle a theoretical portable device. You're not going to go the Switch route where you're baking in the portable device into the console itself, but if you want to do an accessory device, I feel like you have to go the route of how the Steam Deck is done and how the ROG Ally and those devices are done, but within the PlayStation family this time around, so you can port those games directly. I also do question, given that it's PlayStation, would they just offer you a free migration for all of those games on a portable platform? Like, I feel like PlayStation would charge for that kind of stuff, so, like, you know, and I feel like people would pay it, so what am I to say? Or just make it so, you know, a PlayStation Plus subscription would be necessary. I don't know. They're gonna do something to monetize it. I certainly do believe that if this does happen, but certainly interested to hear what you guys think. Again, if I had to selfishly decide and if I could live in my perfect world, I would love to go back to the days of the PSP and PS Vita when they were at their peak. Really, the PSP, the PS Vita really never got off the ground, but the idea of a PlayStation portable platform having games dedicated, built on it by major publishers, I just don't think we're gonna see that. I would selfishly love to see that. A Square Enix doing a game like Crisis Core for a new portable platform, them doing, you know, games like Crimson Gem Saga being created, and all of these cool games that were on the PSP. I would love to see that. I just don't think a Rockstar is gonna be like, yeah, let's make some GTA games on this new PlayStation Portable. No, they're gonna make GTA 6 and they're gonna monetize the hell out of that for a decade. Like, they don't have time to be doing PSP stuff or, you know, PlayStation Portable stuff, whatever they decide to call it. But the idea of, like, let's say, you know, Sony handles getting Red Dead Redemption 1 on this PlayStation Portable device, that sounds awesome. Red Dead Redemption 2 on this portable device, that sounds awesome. So that's something I could see happen, but definitely interested to hear what you guys think. Sound off down below, because I feel like people are gonna have varying opinions on the idea, but yeah, interested to hear what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.